5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My people. The official charges of the officers are in, and the battle of the defense attorneys is officially beginning. So let me tag some friends. Before we get started, come on. I don't have time for all of this nonsense today. Tag friends. All right, friends. I'm tagging them. Because it's going to be more funerals tonight. So we're going to get all this legal mumbo jumbo out quick. Every time I do that, I blank you guys out. I don't even know what I'm doing when I do that. I'm going to shorten this bad boy up. I don't know why they don't just let me put all my friends on at one time. Then those who don't want to look at it just don't have to look at it. All right, everybody, you tag whoever you want. And I'm going to get started. So as I told you, as soon as the official arraignments, which they had today, were going to be done, that blue wall was going to fall down. Right now, we know this second-degree murder. In order to get a second-degree murder and to bring in the other officers, they had to bring that third degree up and charge felony murder. The felony is the assault, and then the assault that ended in a death, because assault is a felony, and the death is the murder. So that's where I'm going to start with, giving you, hey, Patrick, I knew you were going to be there. Hey, Diggs, I ain't seen you in a long time, bro. All right, so the official charges are in, and I told you exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be battle of the defense attorneys, and all of that rigmarole that they were giving you about that blue wall ain't going to mean jack when you talking about 35 to 40 years in prison. Now, this is how it's going to go. We're going to go by who was where. Tao is the officer standing guard. Chauvin is the one on the neck. Kueng is the one on the back. Lane is on the leg. So we got it? Lane, Kueng, Chauvin, Tao. We're doing a felony murder. So let me just give you quickly a felony murder. You have to have, first of all, the felony. The felony is the assault. The assault ends in murder. Boom, that's how you get felony murder. That's how you get it from the third degree to the second degree. They didn't do the first degree, and as I told you, because you have to prove a depraved mind, meaning that when he already got there, that they had the intention to kill. That's very hard to get out of this. Although I think that if I were charging this case, I would have brought up the relationship between the parties, and because he knew who was there. Now, if you listened to my live yesterday, I think I told you that it was Kueng and Lane that did the initial arrest with regards to this counterfeit 20. By the time Tao and Chauvin, the one who was on the neck, got there, they were seated already against the wall. So as I said, there were 4 people in the car, 3 women, 3 men, 1 woman. No time, as I said, during the tapes that I saw, the person who claimed that there was a 20, maybe they have that in the store, because that is evidence that's going to be used, and it's very likely that the police department has already confiscated the tapes from in the store. But it won't matter. But it doesn't matter. I don't care if he had 20 fake dollar bills, 20 fake $100 bills. This fake money has nothing to do. And see, this is what they do with us. Remember the young white boy that he killed 4 friends driving drunk. Now, I'm just going to tell you how the disparity is. This young white boy killed 4 friends driving drunk. He got probation because the judge decided that he had the defense of affluenza. Now, y'all tell me, I've been in law a long time, I ain't never heard of no goddamn affluenza. Affluenza, based on this judge, that he was too affluent and raised in such of a sheltered way that he had no understanding that driving at 99 miles an hour in a car as a minor, drinking, like, come on now. So let me just tell you the disparity in how they charge stuff. So don't when they're telling you, when Keith Ellison talking about, this is going to be difficult, bro. You punking out on me, man, and we're not going to have that. We're not going to have that. So this is what the battle is going to be. So it's going to be battle of the defense attorneys. Now, as in my reading, Lane did say to Chauvin, we need to turn him over. So he's going to have a little bit more to go with. Now, Tao is claiming now, because we saw them roll him over onto the gurney, but we don't see much after the rolling over on the gurney. But somehow Tao's attorney is saying that he tried to do the resuscitation. Y'all know that's bullcrap, because he was already dead when they rolled him over. So if you did some resuscitation after he was already dead, that ain't no defense that's gonna fall apart before it even gets away. But this was that small detail I don't think that many of you may have saw. That was not a regular ambulance. If you saw on the other side, that was an emergency ambulance. It's very likely that came from the police department. If you notice, that person did not have on EMT clothes. He had on like a beige outfit. So in my other but you guys can go back and look at it in my other videos that I've been looking at. That is possibly an emergency vehicle that was sent there by the police department, because Lane had already done his pulse. Because remember, his hands was behind his back. Kueng was on the back. In Minnesota and in most police departments that I have been listening to all over the country, laying a defendant on their belly for a long period of time is illegal. Just laying on the belly that long. So where you can get the depraved mind if Keith Ellison is going to be seriously trying to get a conviction in the first degree. When the man said, I can't breathe, that don't have that damn thing. He could have a murder in his background. It's irrelevant. We're talking about the time and the moment upon which this incident occurred. Now, I heard one of the attorneys, and I think it's the attorney for Kueng, that says that they held him on the back because he was resisting. I don't know what video his attorney is looking at. There was no resisting. The man is held down by 3 grown men on his back, one on his leg. Now Lane is on his leg. Now Lane did say we need to turn him over. Kueng is in the center of his back. The 2 people that's going to have the worst issue is whether he could not breathe because of the pressure of his stomach, as I told you before, of not being able to inhale or exhale, or the cutting off of the wind in his neck. But when that blood vessel broke in his head, it comes from the inability to get oxygen in his neck. Aneurysm comes through the brain, it busts, it comes through your eyes, the bleeding often comes through your nose or your ears. That's just me having done too many autopsies in my lifetime. But that's basically, you're going to hear all of that by the coroner. The coroner reports that he died of asphyxiation. So if he died of asphyxiation, and that's the official coroner's report, then that means the person on the neck. So that may take Kueng out of second degree, and they may give him the third degree. The only reason why, but see, in the aiding and abetting, that charge had to be in so that all 3 officers, because officers, when the person is in distress, like you remember yesterday, you saw the officers push this 75-year-old man down in the park, and then all the officers walked on top of him, and then they got fired, because you have a duty to assist a person that is in distress. As an officer, you have a duty to assist. So even if the officers are claiming that they're at intent, you had a duty to assist when the man said, I can't breathe. When we got the tape, and they're doing the 8-minute tape, that 8-minute, 8:46, that's a long daggone time. But the most important time is the last 2 minutes and 46 seconds after his hand went limp, his eyes rolled back, and he was dead. And when the EMT or police officer, whoever it was, came in to check, he put his hands on the neck, he was already dead. And being already dead, why didn't Chauvin just get off at that time? The man wasn't moving anymore. There was no more resistance. So we're going to time your time based on the attorneys of how long was he physically resisting, which was no time. Not even when he was arrested did he, when they put the cuffs on him, did he resist? When he was on the ground, did he resist? He was asking, just like all black people ask, it's like, we don't have the right to ask why you arresting us. You know, we asked him back to turn about, well, why are you arresting me? Why are you arresting me? Because this man still didn't know why he was being arrested. At some point, we're going to get the identity of the other three people in the car because they are going to be witnesses. Because it somehow, without conversation, it was the intent to arrest the driver. Again, I don't know what was said with the person in the store that got the 20, whether it was a driver, a passenger, but you had two men that were arrested. How did they determine who was going to get officially arrested? Now, who did that? Chauvin. So he got on the scene before, when they were still seated. So Chauvin is the one who was on the net. Chauvin goes straight to Floyd. Why? He knows Floyd. And probably in that colloquy, because you see him turning back talking to Chauvin, it's very likely he's like trying to go to him and get some assistance because he knows him. And so he gave him no assistance. And then you see him going, you know how when 45 said, you know how when they do something and they're trying to push them in the head, you can let them hit their head. You know what, they need to put Trump on this indictment because he's the one to tell them that they didn't have to try to help somebody. This man is 6'4". Getting in a police car with your hands tied behind your back is a difficult situation. That was no struggle. So what we're going to be dealing with is whether the third degree and the second degree, there he is, that's Chauvin. And Chauvin is the one who has the highest degree at this time. I think all of them are starting out with the second degree and then let the chips fall where they might. Like I said, Lane is on the legs. Lane and Kueng are the first to make to do the cuffs. Who decided which person was actually going to get arrested? That's when Chauvin came in. Chauvin decided he ain't even on the scene when the case first happened. He's not on the scene with the store. Again, at some point we're going to get that videotape. How did they determine that only Floyd was going to get arrested of the four people in that vehicle? Though that's going to go to the mens rea. Mens rea is what was your mental intent? Actus reus. What is the act that occurred that followed through with the crime? The mens rea, did he mean to hold him down? Did he mean to choke him? When the man said, I can't breathe, and you did not come up, you got that mens rea. Now, I'm not quite sure what the hell Keith Ellison can't do with that. Okay, I can teach an L1 first year law student, make that argument. And if brother need me, I'll come out there and help you do it because you're kind of acting a little weak right now. And weak we don't need. Because what we have right now, black people, this is a new time. When you got Mitt Romney talking about Black Lives Matter, well, don't be surprised. Mitt Romney actually has a black grandchild. He's probably adopted because I don't see no black wives or black husbands. So, you know, he came out there on behalf of his black grandchild. So Black Lives Matter. They didn't look like they mattered when he was running against President Obama, but all of a sudden, Black Lives Matter. This is a pivotal time in this country. We have people listening. So right now, we need to take advantage of maybe a very short period because people get, you know, amnesia after all the action goes down. But let me tell you, they don't want to remove this case out of jurisdiction. And the argument about the tainted jury, that's going to be a no-brainer because to show this murder over and over, and this is what the defense attorneys are going to do. They're going to say that this case needs to be moved out of the venue because there's too much prejudice with the pool. Ain't no place you're going to go, bro. There ain't no place you're going to go. They showed this thing on a loop 24 hours a day, 5 days in a row, all over the daggone country and all over the world. So stop with that argument. This the jury going to get. You're going to get a Minneapolis jury, a jury of his peers, people who are out there. And I could tell you, See, Ellison, he should have done first, because these people don't want their town tore up again. Let them not get guilty and see what happens. So I can tell you, these white folks ain't gonna be, they don't want none of this. They want this shit to tam down. This brother was buried in a Michael Jackson casket. Floyd Mayweather, he didn't send that brother out with he didn't waste a dime. That solid gold casket, the only time I've ever seen a casket like that, Michael Jackson was in that casket. Solid gold casket. That was all by Floyd Mayweather. Transportation, Tyler Perry. Accommodations, Oprah Winfrey. So our folk are out there, they're putting money in. But like I said, remember Breonna Taylor, okay? Because black women's lives matter too, okay? We've been holding the backs of our brothers, our kids, our husbands, our fathers and our friends. Let the sister get some justice. We didn't do nothing for Sandra Bland, okay? Michael Garney gave us the I Can't Breathe, the original I Can't Breathe. People wearing their old shirts, still being applied 5 years later with another man that can't breathe. So enough is enough. I'm not going to stay on here long because I told you the points that I need you to know. The war is on, y'all, and I'm about to, this is my jam. This is my jam. So I'm going to be having a ball as I go in between cases. I'm Zooming this morning. So I'm going in between cases, bringing to you the law as it is from the state of Minnesota. Remember, we cannot go by New Jersey. So I had to look up all the Minnesota law, make sure that my information that I'm giving you is correct. And yes, Kimmy, I am giving you your paparazzi, KimsJewels.com. That's my cousin, KIMZJELEWZ, Kim's Jewels. All right, guys, deuces. This is going to be a test of the ages. They're not going to, I can almost guarantee you, this trial is not going to happen till after the election. It is going to be too distracting. I think $1.5 million is the bail. There should be no cash bail based on the charges. Keith should have asked for no bail at all, because that's what most happens to black folks. We don't get no bail. So you can ask for no bail, especially in a felony murder. Obviously, he gave a 1.5 bail. One of these white supremacist groups will probably put up that whatever the bail money is. That's how they do us, But I love you. Whatever, I'm going to try to stay up with the law. I'm going to be on open with the NAACP on Thursday, discussing the law on a national level. I have all kinds of Zooms going on, but you guys have any questions, always hit me in my box, and so that I can try to explain it the way it goes. So I'm going to look with my glasses, see if there's something that I did not see that I should have seen. The glass ceiling has cracked and shattered. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. All right, A5. Jay, what's up? Catherine, what's up? Why did they fight him in the car, Kathy? Why did they fight him in the car? Are you talking about fighting Floyd? Because he never got in the car. He never made it inside of the car. So I'm not quite sure. Send me another message, Kathy, because I don't know what you're asking on that. I noticed that it said that all along the EMT looked like an officer. Yes, it did. I saw that on the first day. So hey, MTIs, I know you already know what's going on. Hey, Trudy, Gary from the courthouse, love you, bro. My brother from another mother, what's happening down there in Texas court. So I need you guys to continue to watch. We're going to get this blow to blow. I'm going to give you all of the law, how it's going to get broken down. And based on the battle, I told you, back and neck. Lane, whoever talked about they tried to help to resuscitate that stupid lawyer that was on MSNBC talking about his client tried to resuscitate. Can't resuscitate a dead man. The man was already dead. Hey, Kevin, how are you? So if he's already dead, you can't resuscitate him. So whatever you were trying to do for the film, because he knew everybody had the cameras on out there, that's over. All right, deuces, y'all. See you later. I'm going to get back to doing some work, and I'll see if anything new comes up outside of there being arraigned today. There's another funeral service that's going to be in Houston, so we want the man to get laid and rest in peace, and then we'll fight. See you later. Peace.